Edge of Tomorrow is a 2014 American science fiction and action film starring Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt. Directed by Doug Liman and written by Christopher McQuarrie, Jez Butterworth, and John Henry Butterworth, it is based on the Japanese light novel All You Need Is Kill by Hiroshi Sakurazaka. The film takes place in a future where most of Europe is occupied by an alien race known as mimics. Major William Cage, Cruise, a public relations officer with no combat experience, is forced by his superiors to join a landing operation against the aliens, only to find himself experiencing a time loop as he tries to find a way to defeat the mimics. Bill Paxton and Brendan Gleeson appear in supporting roles. In late 2009, 3 Arts Entertainment purchased the rights to All You Need Is Kill and sold the spec script to Warner Brothers Pictures. The studio produced Edge of Tomorrow with the involvement of 3 Arts, the novel's publisher Viz Media, and Australian production company Village Roadshow. Filming began in late 2012, taking place in England, at Warner Brothers Studios in Leavesden, outside London, and other locations, such as London's Trafalgar Square and the coastal Saunton Sands. A total of 9 companies handled the visual effects. Edge of Tomorrow was released theatrically in select territories on May 30, 2014, and in the United States on June 6. The film received positive reviews from critics, and grossed $381 million against a $178 million budget. Plot: in 2015, an alien race known as mimics lands in Germany and swiftly conquers much of continental Europe, killing millions. By 2020, humanity has formed a global military alliance, the United Defense Force, UDF, to combat the mimics. However, victory remained elusive until the recent Battle of Verdun, which was secured by the celebrated war hero Sergeant Rita Vrataski. In Britain, the UDF amasses forces for a major invasion of France. General Brigham orders Public Affairs Officer Major William Cage to cover the offensive from the front line, but the inexperienced and cowardly Cage attempts to blackmail Brigham into rescinding the order. Brigham has Cage arrested, demoted to private and sent to the military base at Heathrow Airport to join the invasion as infantry. He is assigned to Master Sergeant Farrell and the Misfit J Squad, who dislike and belittle him. The following day, the invasion forces land on a French beach but are ambushed and massacred by mimics. Cage uses a claymore mine to kill a larger alpha mimic. Bathed in the mimic's blood, Cage dies during the ensuing explosion. Cage suddenly awakens at Heathrow, realizing he is reliving the previous morning. He makes failed attempts to warn against the invasion, and experiences multiple loops in which he dies on the beach only to awaken again at Heathrow. With each loop, his combat skills and knowledge of the battlefield improve. He tries to save Rita's life so she can lead them, but, after recognizing his apparent prescience, she allows herself to die, ordering Cage to find her on his next loop. Cage quickly convinces Rita of the reset because she gained the same power after exposure to an alpha's blood. Her loops enabled her, an initially inexperienced soldier, to win at Verdun, but a later blood transfusion removed the power. Rita takes Cage to mimic expert Dr. Carter, who explains the creatures are a superorganism controlled by a single, gigantic Omega mimic. Whenever the alpha mimics are killed, the Omega restarts a loop and adjusts its tactics until the mimics win. Rita realizes the mimics allowed the UDF victory at Verdun to make them overconfident in their new exoskeletons and lure them into overcommitting their forces in retaking Europe, allowing the mimics to exterminate most of the resistance. Cage spends many loops training with Rita so they can reach the Omega, but he begins to care for her and struggles after seeing her repeatedly die. He experiences a vision of the Omega concealed in a German dam, and he and Rita seek it out. During the journey, the pair bond, but Rita remains distant, having seen someone she cared about die hundreds of times at Verdun. She eventually determines that this is not the first loop in which they approached the Omega. Cage reveals that she always dies before reaching the dam, regardless of his actions, and he is unwilling to kill the Omega and end the loops if she will remain dead. Upset, Rita attempts to leave but is killed by a mimic. Despondent, during the next loop, Cage travels to the dam alone. He learns the vision was a trap and is ambushed by an alpha, but Cage drowns before it can remove his power. To find the Omega, Cage and Rita sneak into General Brigham's office and pressure him into handing over a prototype transponder designed by Carter. Having used it to locate the Omega beneath the Louvre Pyramid in Paris, Cage is knocked unconscious during their escape and given a blood transfusion for his injuries, removing his power. Rita frees Cage, and he uses his detailed knowledge of J-Squad to convince them to help destroy the Omega. They fly to Paris, where the squad members sacrifice themselves to ensure Cage and Rita reach the Louvre. Cornered by an alpha, Rita kisses Cage, lamenting that she does not have more time to get to know him. The alpha kills Rita and mortally wounds Cage, but he drops several grenades that destroy the Omega, which bathe him in its blood. Cage awakens before his first meeting with General Brigham, and witnesses a news announcement that all mimics are dead following a mysterious energy surge in Paris. Cage returns to Heathrow and finds Rita. Oblivious to his identity, she inquires what he wants. Cage chuckles. Cast: Tom Cruise, left, and Emily Blunt, right, who play the lead roles in the film. Tom Cruise as Major William Cage. Emily Blunt as Sergeant Rita Vrataski. Bill Paxton as Master Sergeant Farrell. Brendan Gleeson as General Brigham. Noah Taylor as Dr. Noah Carter. Kik Guri as Griff. Dragomir Mrsic as Kuntz. Charlotte Riley as Nance. Jonas Armstrong as Skinner. Franz Drama as Ford. Masayoshi Handa as Takeda. Tony Way as Kimmel. Laura Pulver as Karen Lord. Madeline Mantock as Corporal Julie Montgomery. Martin Hyder as Drunk. Harry Landis as Old Man 3. Marianne Jean-Baptiste as Dr. Whittle, uncredited. Crew: Doug Liman in front of a steel beam. Director Doug Liman at the Paris premiere of the film. Doug Liman, Director 7. Christopher McQuarrie, Co-writer 7. Jez Butterworth, Co-writer 7. John Henry Butterworth, Co-writer 7. Erwin Stoff, Producer 7. Tom Lassalite, Producer 7. Jeffrey Silver, Producer 7. Gregory Jacobs, Producer 7. Jason Hoffs, Producer 7. Dion Beebe, Cinematographer 7. Oliver Scholl, Production Designer 7. Kate Hawley, Costume Designer 7. James Herbert, Editor 7. Laura Jennings, Editor 7. Christoph Beck, Music Composer 7. Nick Davis, Visual Effects Supervisor 7. Production, Development and Writing. Viz Media published All You Need Is Kill in North America in 2009 as one of 4 translated Japanese science fiction novels that initiated its Hikasaru imprint. 8 After drawing the interest of producer Erwin Stoff 9 his company 3 Arts Entertainment optioned the novel that same year. 3 Arts collaborated with the publisher's filmmaking subsidiary Viz Productions, headed by Jason Hoffs. Viz Media president Hidemi Fukuhara served as executive producer. 10-11 Instead of making a pitch to a major studio to purchase the property and proceed with writing and producing a film adaptation, the company developed a spec script to show the studios. 10 Stoff approached writer Dante Harper and sent him a copy of the novel. Harper found the book too complex to properly adapt, but, despite the prospect of not getting paid, he chose to risk it and accepted the job, taking 8 months to write the script. 12 Upon completion, Warner Brothers Pictures purchased it in a $3 million deal in April 2010. 10 The studio hired Doug Liman to direct the film the following August. 13 Harper's screenplay was listed in the 2010 edition of the Blacklist, a survey of most liked unproduced screenplays. 14. In June 2011, Joby Harold was hired to rewrite the screenplay. 15 By September, Warner Brothers approached Brad Pitt to star 16 after he declined. The studio then approached Tom Cruise. 17 Once Cruise accepted, the script changed the age of the leading role to fit the actors. In December 2011, Cruise officially joined the film. 18 Emily Blunt entered negotiations to star opposite Cruise in April 2012. 19 Screenwriting duo Roberto Orsi and Alex Kurtzman also delivered a draft of their own, but their script wasn't used in the final version. 20. 6 months before filming started, Liman discarded 2/3 of Harper's original script. Jez Butterworth and John Henry Butterworth were hired to rewrite the script. Screenwriter Simon Kinberg took over from the Butterworths, and 8 weeks before the start of filming, Kinberg was replaced by Christopher McQuarrie. 21 McQuarrie was introduced to the project while directing Cruise in Jack Reacher. While reading the earlier script, McQuarrie understood very clearly what the premise of the story was and what they were looking for in terms of characters. 22 Even if the previous scripts were darker, Cruise stressed the importance of the story's humor to McQuarrie. 23 The actor compared Cage's violent demises to Wile E. Coyote and the Road Runner, declaring, "It's fun coming up with new ways to kill yourself." 21. The screenplay did not yet have a satisfactory ending, and, despite the producers and studio executives worried about starting filming without a set conclusion, Liman opted to finish the script during principal photography. 21 McQuarrie at one point suggested adding a twist involving the mimics figuring out Cage's attack on Paris and resetting time during his strike, but discarded it as you were so exhausted by the time you got to that point. 23. Eventually, McQuarrie considered that focusing on the comedic aspects meant it needed to end in a way that wasn't harsh, and thus opted to end the plot where it started, on the helicopter bringing Cage to London, fulfilling the notion that comedies generally have to go back to the way things were. 23. Filming. Production began at Warner Brothers Studios Leavesden near London, which Warner Brothers had purchased as a permanent studio site. WB had been renting space there for its production of the Harry Potter films, but had been leaving the sets up permanently for nearly a decade and eventually chose to make the site semi-permanent. 24 The parts with Tom Cruise in the opening scene were filmed in Liman's editing room, with the actor doing his own makeup and hair, leading the director to say it may be the most independent thing I've ever done. 25. Though Liman intended to film the beach battle on location, the studio instead ended up building a beach set at the studio site. 21 The set was surrounded by chroma key green screens, which the visual effects artists later used to extend the beach with plates shot at Saunton Sands in North Devon. 26 It was intended for the battle scenes to be reminiscent of coastal battles during World War II, such as the invasion of Normandy and the Battle of Dunkirk. 27. Principal photography began at Leavesden on October 1, 2012. 28 The Los Angeles Times said on the second day, Liman demanded a total reshoot of everything filmed on day 1, which concerned producers. 21 Filming on the beach set was scheduled to last 2 weeks, but extended to nearly 3 months due to what the Los Angeles Times called the director's self-described workshop-y filming style. 21 Filming also took place in Trafalgar Square in London on Saturday, November 24, 2012. The square was closed to the public, and tanks were brought in to film the action scenes. 29 The brief scene in the square required closing 36 roads, diverting 122 bus routes and booking all available rooms in nearby hotels, and a costly restoration of a historic wicket at a local cricket ground after one of the production helicopters knocked it over. 30 A former army base in the village of Barton Stacey in Hampshire was also used as a filming location for 2 weeks. 31 Filming also took place at Essex and Suffolk former water treatment facilities in Hanningfield, Essex. Citation needed. Liman said filming took place 7 days a week, using 2 crews to film 20 days in addition to what had originally been scheduled. The crew struggled with changed British weather since the film was supposed to be set in 1 day and had to maintain the same weather. 32 The indoor beach set also became muddy, requiring the visual effects artists to enhance the environment with digital sand and surf. 26 33 Though filming concluded by August 2013, Actor Jeremy Piven was added to the cast and extra scenes including him were filmed 34 ultimately. However, Piven did not appear in the finished film. 35 Cinematographer Dion Beebe made his first feature film with Liman, with whom he had worked previously on commercials. Beebe's approach was to develop a world under siege, but not a bleak, dark, post-apocalyptic landscape. 36 Beebe preferred to avoid the saturated bleach bypass look. 35mm film was used instead of digital cameras to evoke the World War II footage that provided inspiration for the battle scenes. 36. Design. Production designer Oliver Scholl and his team worked with lead builder Pierre Bohana to develop concept art for several battle suit options based on contemporary, real-world powered exoskeleton initiatives, such as those supported by DARPA. When director Doug Liman chose a design, the team built an aluminum prototype frame that had pivot points and hinges. Costume designer Kate Hawley contributed a gritty aesthetic design for the color palettes and surface treatments. While the design was meant to be utilitarian, it was also created so the actors could be seen in the suits and also run in them. The team created a foam mock-up of Tom Cruise so the frame could be tailored for him. The team handcrafted 70 hard material and 50 soft material battle suits in the course of almost 5 months. There were 3 versions of the battle suits: grunts, dogs, and tanks. The battle suit for Blunt's character was given red slash marks as if to say she had been to hell and back and lived to tell about it. 37. Cruise, known for performing his own film stunts, also did so in Edge of Tomorrow. Both he and Blunt wore the heavy metal suits. 38. The battle suits weighed 85 pounds, 39 kilograms, on average. The heavier versions weighed around 130 pounds, 59 kilograms, due to being equipped with a mock sniper rifle and rocket launcher. 39. Blunt trained 3 months for her role, focusing on everything from weights to sprints to yoga, aerial wire work and gymnastics, and studying the Israeli combat system Krav Maga. 39. Each actor needed 4 people to help put on the battle suit. Initially, Cruise needed 30 minutes to put on the suit and another 30 minutes to remove it. Ultimately, the time was reduced to 30 seconds. 37. Between takes, the actors would be suspended by chains from iron frames to take the weight of the suits off their shoulders. 40. Visual effects. 9 companies handled the visual effects for Edge of Tomorrow under VFX supervisor Nick Davis. 41. Davis worked with the crew of the third floor on the film's pre-visualization process. Sony Pictures Imageworks, SPI, worked on the first 2 acts of the film and created over 400 shots, including photorealistic environments, battle scenes, and computer-generated creatures and characters. One major shot involved covering London Heathrow Airport with military troops, vehicles, and aircraft. SPI split some of the work with Framestore. Cinesite joined in production and developed 221 shots for 10 key sequences, with 189 appearing in the final cut. 33. A monster with various tentacle-like limbs in a beach. An alpha during the beach battle. The design for the extraterrestrial race aimed to be as otherworldly as possible, with the body consisting mostly of tentacles built out of obsidian-like shards. Designers created the alien mimics to look different from any terrestrial animal. Davis and Liman favored an early model composed primarily of tentacles. SPI's Dan Kramer described its appearance as heavy black spaghetti and noted that the modelers faced a challenge creating the tentacled creatures. 33. A technical animator created an Autodesk Maya plugin that made the movement of each tentacle independent. 42. Since Liman did not want the mimics to look too organic or terrestrial, Imageworks artists devised the idea of making the aliens out of an obsidian-like material, basically a glass that could cut. 43. Various debris was incorporated within the tentacles to give the creature a sense of weight and fast movement. The alphas were given a definable head area to show their status as more sentient, while receiving a different color and a bigger size compared to the mimic grunts. 43. Cinesite created the mechanical mimics used in the training areas. 44. While Moving Picture Company, MPC, created the Omega in a digital environment into which the visual effects artists composite underwater footage filmed at Leaveston's water tank. 45. Animators created digital versions of the battle suits, at times with the soldiers inside them. On the set, a 3D scanner booth digitized the actors, while hand scanners captured the textures of the practical suits. ImageWorks received pieces of the suits for reference. The company's library of reflection data on various materials helped enhance the armor's shading. 43. SBI's crew created the base at Heathrow by merging the set at Leaveston with digitally altered footage from the airport. The film's drop ships, barracks, and mess halls replaced the existing aircraft. 33. Frame Store created the digital Paris and recreated it with photo modeling from 3 days of visits. Given that the city is a no-fly zone, Frame Store's artists obtained their aerial images by climbing an 80-meter crane parked in the Louvre courtyard. 43. The quadcopter dropships were based on the Bell Boeing V-22 Osprey that can tilt its rotors to fly as either planes or helicopters, while having a design closer to the quad-tilt rotor. 46. Aside from the crashed ship on the beachhead and a gimbal set to depict the plane used by Cage's squad, the film used digital models for most ships. The computer-generated dropships had some of ImageWorks' heaviest detail given the proximity of the actors to the aircraft in the camp scenes. The visual effects artists wanted to make sure the ships broke apart realistically during the crashes. 43. Prime Focus World converted the film into 3D in post-production using the same tools for the stereoscopy as in World War Z and Gravity. The company made use of scans of the cast's faces from film production while vendor Invisible helped the company convert the hologram table used by Dr. Carter. 43. Music. Main article, Edge of Tomorrow, original motion picture soundtrack. Composer Christoph Beck was a late addition to the film, taking over from Ramin Djawadi, who was Liman's first choice to replace his frequent collaborator John Powell, as Powell was on sabbatical. 47. Edge of Tomorrow marked Beck's first science fiction film score. 48. To prepare, Beck watched the film with temp tracks, including one from the 2012 film Battleship. He experimented with repeating the music with the scenes, but because this approach did not frequently fit the events on the screen, Beck used minimal repetition in the film. The day is reset dozens of times in the film and it would get very repetitive to approach that musically the same way every time, Beck recalled. 49. He initially tried 4 traditional heroic themes that involved horns and trumpets, but he said Liman preferred a non-traditional approach, driven by percussion and distorted orchestra. To that end, Beck used the pizzicato playing technique, not in the traditional, plinky plinky isn't this funny way, but a little darker, and always accompanied by some higher concept synth colors. 48. The distorted orchestral samples enhanced the comedic tone of the extended sequences where Cage recurrently dies in battle, as the director felt it was important for the audience to find humor in the sequence. 47. With Liman's approach, the composer said there were only a couple of traditional themes in the film, including one for Emily Blunt's character Rita. 49. Release. Marketing. I think the word kill in a title is very tricky in today's world. I don't know that people want to be bombarded with that word. I don't know that people want to be opening the newspaper and seeing that word. We see it enough in kind of real newspaper headlines, and I don't think we need to see it when we're looking at a movie. Producer Erwin Stoff on changing the title. 50. Warner Brothers invested over $100 million in the marketing campaign for Edge of Tomorrow. 51. The film was initially titled All You Need Is Kill after the light novel, but as filming ended in July 2013, Warner Brothers changed the title to Edge of Tomorrow. 52. Warner Brothers president Sue Kroll said the title was changed partly due to negative chatter about the word kill in the title. 53. Doug Liman, who said he rejected the title All You Need Is Kill because it didn't feel like it was the tone of the movie I had made, wanted to rename the film Live Die Repeat, but Warner decided to use that just as the tagline. 25. The film was promoted at San Diego Comic-Con in July 2013. 52, and at WonderCon in Anaheim, California in April 2014. 40 Turner Broadcasting, a subsidiary of Time Warner like the studio Warner Brothers, promoted the film across its TV properties, including CNN, TNT, TBS, Adult Swim, True TV, and Funny or Die. Variety said the move put forth the notion that buying bigger packages of advertisements across a TV company's holdings is a viable option in an increasingly fragmented TV viewing landscape. Turner also launched a website which would unlock film-related content like a 3D game, backstories, and artwork if its promotional hashtag was circulated enough through the social media website Twitter. 54. Viz Media released a new edition of the light novel on April 29, 2014, retitled Edge of Tomorrow. 55. It also published a graphic novel adaptation of the light novel on May 5, 2014. 56. For the film's release on home media, Warner Brothers formed two teams for a September 28, 2014, Tough Mudder endurance event series in Black Diamond, Washington. 57. The teams included YouTube personalities and participants from the TV series American Ninja Warrior. Warner Brothers based the teams on the soldiers from J Squad in the film. To promote teamwork, the two teams competed in a Tough Mudder obstacle course. 58. Box office forecast. Tom Cruise being interviewed at a film premiere. Tom Cruise in Paris at the French premiere of Edge of Tomorrow. Weeks before the film's release, reports in early May 2014 predicted an underwhelming box office performance in the North American, United States and Canada, box office for Edge of Tomorrow. 59. Variety noted a worrisome lack of buzz leading up to the film's release. 53. Initial box office tracking at the start of the month for the film estimated a gross between $25 million and $30 million on its opening weekend. 60. Several weeks later, the estimate decreased by $5 million. 53. The film planned to compete with The Fault in Our Stars in the same opening weekend with an equivalent estimated gross around $25 million. The Wrap predicted that this competition could potentially affect the opening weekend gross of Edge of Tomorrow. 60. In contrast, Variety said Edge of Tomorrow could serve as counter-programming to The Fault in Our Stars since that film's demographic is women under 25 years old. 53. With its budget of over $175 million, The Hollywood Reporter called Edge of Tomorrow one of the biggest box office risks in North America for mid-2014. The trade paper said the film was similar to Oblivion, a 2013 science fiction film that also starred Tom Cruise, and that like Oblivion, it would likely perform better outside North America. 61. Box Office Mojo reported that 4 of Cruise's films with original material, Valkyrie, 2008, Night and Day, 2010, Jack Reacher, 2012, and Oblivion, 2013, failed to gross more than $100 million in North America. The website forecast that Edge of Tomorrow would gross $90 million in North America and $220 million in other territories. 62. The Wrap said that the studio focused on theatrical releases in other territories where Cruise remains a major force in drawing audiences. 60. Variety, writing from the U.S. perspective, said, media reports have been quick to speculate that Edge of Tomorrow may be one of the summer's first big bombs based on the lack of enthusiasm by U.S. audiences. That may come to pass, but these reports downplay the centrality of foreign markets in today's globalized movie industry. 59. In the week prior to the release of Edge of Tomorrow in North America, its estimated opening weekend gross increased from the mid-$20 million range to $27 million. 63. Box office. Edge of Tomorrow initiated its theatrical run in several territories on May 28, 2014, and rolled out to a total of 28 territories for its opening weekend of May 30 to June 1, 2014. 59.64 It grossed $20.1 million on its opening weekend. 65 For the second weekend of June 6 to 8, 2014, it was released in 36 additional territories. 66 Edge of Tomorrow grossed $100.2 million in North America and $280.8 million in other territories for a worldwide total of $381 million. 5 After the film's theatrical run, Entertainment Weekly said it had a lukewarm box office reception despite praise from critics. 67 Opening weekend. The film had premiere screenings in London, Paris, and New York City on May 28, 2014. The cast and the crew mimicked the film's time loop premise by attending the premieres in a single day, traveling westward to attend them on a staggered schedule. 68 The film was screened in New York City at 11:59 p.m., the time chosen to refer to the film title. 69 The film was released in theaters in 28 territories including the United Kingdom, Brazil, Germany, Spain, and Indonesia on the weekend of May 30, 2014. 59 Certain territories with strong association football followings were chosen so the film could screen to audiences before the month-long 2014 FIFA World Cup began on June 12, 2014. Edge of Tomorrow competed against Maleficent starring Angelina Jolie, which opened the same weekend in 46 territories. 59. On its opening weekend in 5,018 screens across 28 territories, Edge of Tomorrow grossed $20.1 million. 65 The Hollywood Reporter called the film's debut a soft opening. In many territories, Edge of Tomorrow ranked third behind fellow new release Maleficent and holdover X-Men, Days of Future Past. These included the United Kingdom, where the film ranked third and grossed $3.1 million, where Cruise's 2013 film Oblivion had opened with $7.6 million, and Germany, with an income of $2.1 million compared to Oblivion's $2.6 million. Edge of Tomorrow ranked first in Indonesia and Taiwan, grossing $2 million and $1.9 million, respectively. 70 Its opening weekend in 286 screens in Indonesia was Tom Cruise's biggest opening, to date, in the country. 65 The film also grossed $1.5 million in Italy and $1.5 million in Spain. 66 Deadline.com said the film had good word of mouth, citing significant increases in Saturday grosses compared to the Friday grosses in the United Kingdom, Germany, and Spain. 65 Bloomberg Businessweek reported that $110 million was grossed in the first week of release and summarized its debut. While it did solid business in Asia, its reception in Germany, France, and the UK has been tepid. 71. Second weekend. In the first week of June 2014, Edge of Tomorrow opened in 36 additional markets, including North America, China, Russia, South Korea, and France. The film was now showing in 63 countries and 19,000 screens. 72 The film led the global weekend box office with $28.8 million in North America and $82 million elsewhere. 72 The debut in China occurred on Monday, June 2nd, to take advantage of the Dragon Boat Festival holiday. 73 Edge of Tomorrow topped the Chinese box office with $26.70 million 74 encompassing 4.06 million admissions in 99,768 screenings. 75 Edge of Tomorrow's debut in both Russia, $8.6 million, and South Korea, $3.8 million, taking advantage of a 5-day holiday, marked Tom Cruise's highest-grossing opening weekend in both countries. 76-77. Edge of Tomorrow was released in 3,490 theaters in North America on June 6, 2014. 78 The ticket service Fandango reported advance tickets surpassed Tom Cruise's previous film Oblivion, but were being overcome by the competing film The Fault in Our Stars. 79 Edge of Tomorrow grossed $28.8 million on the opening weekend, ranking it third below The Fault in Our Stars, $48 million, and Maleficent, $34.3 million. 80 polling firm CinemaScore said 61% of the opening weekend audiences were male. 81 It reported that audiences overall gave Edge of Tomorrow a B+ grade, where younger filmgoers gave A and A grades. 82 The Los Angeles Times said the disappointing box office performances of non-franchise films Edge of Tomorrow and Blended, both produced and distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures, indicated risky investments by the studio, which had better success earlier in the year with franchise films The Lego Movie and Godzilla. 2014, Thomas Cruise Maypother IV, born July 3, 1962, is an American actor and film producer. Regarded as a Hollywood icon 1-2-3, he has received various accolades, including an honorary Palme d'Or, an Academy Honorary Award, and 3 Golden Globe Awards, in addition to nominations for 4 competitive Academy Awards. 4-5 As of 2025, his films have grossed more than $13.3 billion worldwide, 6 placing him among the highest-grossing actors of all time. 7 One of Hollywood's most bankable stars, he is consistently one of the world's highest-paid actors. 8. Cruise began acting in the early 1980s and made his breakthrough with leading roles in Risky Business, 1983, and Top Gun, 1986, the latter earning him a reputation as a sex symbol. 9 Critical acclaim came with his roles in the dramas The Color of Money, 1986, Rain Man, 1988, and Born on the 4th of July, 1989. For his portrayal of Ron Kovic in the latter, he won a Golden Globe Award and received a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Actor. As a leading Hollywood star in the 1990s, he starred in commercially successful films, including the drama A Few Good Men, 1992, the thriller The Firm, 1993, the horror film Interview with the Vampire, 1994, and the sports comedy drama Jerry Maguire, 1996. For the latter, he won a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor and his second nomination for the Academy Award for Best Actor. Cruise's performance in the drama Magnolia, 1999, earned him another Golden Globe Award and a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Cruise subsequently established himself as a star of science fiction and action films, often performing his own risky stunts. He played fictional agent Ethan Hunt in the Mission Impossible film series. 10 His other films in the genre include Vanilla Sky, 2001, Minority Report, 2002, The Last Samurai, 2003, Collateral, 2004, War of the Worlds, 2005, Night and Day, 2010, Jack Reacher, 2012, Oblivion, 2013, Edge of Tomorrow, 2014, and Top Gun, Maverick, 2022. Cruise holds the Guinness World Record for the most consecutive $100 million grossing movies, a feat achieved with 11 films released between 2012 and 2025. 11 In December 2024, he was awarded the U.S. Navy's highest civilian honor, the Distinguished Public Service Award, in recognition of his outstanding contributions to the military, with his screen roles. 12 In March 2025, he was named the recipient of the British Film Institute Fellowship, the BFI's highest honor, for his contributions to cinema. 13 Forbes ranked him as the world's most powerful celebrity in 2006. 14 He was named People's Sexiest Man Alive in 1990-15 and received the top honor of Most Beautiful People in 1997. 16 Outside his film career, Cruise has been an outspoken advocate for the Church of Scientology, which has resulted in controversy and scrutiny of his involvement in the organization. An aviation enthusiast, he has held a pilot certificate since 1994. 17. Early life. Cruise was born on July 3, 1962, in Syracuse, New York. 18 To electrical engineer Thomas Cruise Maypother III, 1934–1984, and special education teacher Mary Lee, née Pfeiffer, 1936–2017. 19 His parents were both from Louisville, Kentucky. 20 And had English, German, and Irish ancestry. 21–22 Cruise has 3 sisters named Leanne, Marion, and Cass. One of his cousins, William Maypother, is also an actor who has appeared alongside Cruise in 5 films. 23. Cruise grew up in near poverty and had a Catholic upbringing. He later described his father as a merchant of chaos, 24, a bully, and a coward who beat his children. He elaborated, "My father was the kind of person where, if something goes wrong, they kick you. It was a great lesson in my life how he'd lull you in, make you feel safe, and then, bang. For me, it was like, there's something wrong with this guy. Don't trust him. Be careful around him." 24. Cruise's father died of cancer in 1984. 25. In total, Cruise attended 15 schools in 14 years. 26. Cruise spent part of his childhood in Canada, when his father took a job as a defense consultant with the Canadian Armed Forces. His family moved in late 1971 to Beacon Hill, Ottawa. 27. He attended the new Robert Hopkins Public School for his 4th and 5th grade education. 27. 28. He first became involved in drama in 4th grade, under drama teacher George Steinberg. He and 6 other boys put on an improvised play to music called IT at the Carleton Elementary School Drama Festival. 27. Drama organizer Val Wright was in the audience and later said that the movement and improvisation were excellent, a classic ensemble piece. 27. In 6th grade, Cruise went to Henry Monroe Middle School in Ottawa. That year, his mother left his father, taking Cruise and his sisters back to the United States. 27. In 1978 she married Jack South. 29. Cruise briefly took a Catholic Church scholarship and attended St. Francis Seminary in Cincinnati. He aspired to become a priest in the Franciscan order but left after a year. Priests at the seminary have said Cruise chose to leave the school when his family relocated again. However, a former classmate said that they were both asked to leave after getting caught taking liquor. 30. 31. 24 to 26. In his senior year of high school, he played football for the varsity team as a linebacker, but was cut from the squad after getting caught drinking beer before a game. 31. 47. He went on to star in the school's production of Guys and Dolls. 32. In 1980, he graduated from Glen Ridge High School in Glen Ridge, New Jersey. 33. Acting career. 1980s, breakthrough and stardom. Cruise in 1985 at a reception hosted by First Lady Nancy Reagan at the White House. At age 18. 34. With the blessing of his mother and stepfather, Cruise moved to New York City to pursue an acting career. 32. After working as a busboy in New York, he went to Los Angeles to try out for television roles. He signed with CAA and began acting in films. 34. He made his film debut in a bit part in the 1981 film Endless Love, followed by a major supporting role as a crazed military academy student in Taps later that year. Cruise was originally supposed to appear as a background actor, but his role was expanded after impressing director Harold Becker. 35. He next won the role of Steve Randall in Francis Ford Coppola's 1983 cinematic adaptation of S.E. Hinton's novel, The Outsiders, and shared the screen with an ensemble cast that included Matt Dillon, Emilio Estevez, Leif Garrett, C. Thomas Howell, Diane Lane, Rob Lowe, Ralph Macchio, and Patrick Swayze. 36. That same year he appeared in All the Right Moves and Risky Business, which has been described as a Generation X classic, and a career maker for Tom Cruise. 37. He also played the male lead in the Ridley Scott film Legend, released in 1985. 38. By 1980's IXS Top Gun, his status as a superstar had been cemented. 39. Cruise followed up Top Gun with Martin Scorsese's The Color of Money, 1986, which came out the same year, and which paired him with Paul Newman. Their chemistry won praise among critics, with the Washington Post writing, "One of the subtle achievements of both Cruise's and Newman's performances is that you feel that both of them are genuinely top-notch pool hustlers." 40. In 1988, Cruise starred in Cocktail, a film that was a box office success but failed with critics. His performance earned him a nomination for the Razzie Award for Worst Actor. Later that year he starred with Dustin Hoffman in Barry Levinson's Rain Man, which won the Academy Award for Best Picture. 41. Tom Cruise at the 61st Academy Awards in 1989. In 1989, Cruise portrayed real-life paralyzed Vietnam War veteran Ron Kovic in Oliver Stone's war epic Born on the 4th of July. Film critic Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times wrote, "Nothing Cruise has done will prepare you for what he does in Born on the 4th of July. His performance is so good that the movie lives through it." Stone is able to make his statement with Cruise's face and voice and doesn't need to put everything into the dialogue. 42. The performance earned him a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, Motion Picture Drama, the Chicago Film Critics Association Award for Best Actor, the People's Choice Award for Favorite Motion Picture Actor, a nomination for BAFTA Award for Best Actor in a Leading Role, and Cruise's first Best Actor Academy Award nomination. 43. 1990s, dramatic roles. Cruise's next films were Days of Thunder, 1990, and Far and Away, 1992, both of which co-starred then-wife Nicole Kidman as his love interest, followed by the legal thriller The Firm, which was a critical and commercial success. In 1994, Cruise starred along with Brad Pitt, Antonio Banderas, and Christian Slater in Neil Jordan's Interview with the Vampire, a gothic drama/horror film that was based on Anne Rice's best-selling novel. The film was well received, although Rice was initially quite outspoken in her criticism of Cruise having been cast in the film, as Julian Sands was her first choice. Upon seeing the film, however, she paid $7,740, equivalent to $16,813 in 2025, for a two-page ad in Daily Variety praising his performance and apologizing for her previous doubts about him. 44. In 1996, Cruise starred as super spy Ethan Hunt in the reboot of Mission: Impossible, which he also produced. 45. The film was directed by Brian De Palma and was a box office success. Film critic Stephen Holden of the New York Times praised Cruise's performance, declaring Tom Cruise has found the perfect superhero character on which to graft his breathlessly gung-ho screen personality. 46. In the same year, Cruise took on the title role in Cameron Crowe's sports drama Jerry Maguire playing a sports agent in search of love. The film was a massive financial success, grossing more than $273 million worldwide against its $50 million budget. 47. In 1999, Cruise co-starred with Kidman in Stanley Kubrick's erotic and psychological drama film Eyes Wide Shut. Peter Bradshaw of The Guardian praised both Cruise and Kidman on their performances, writing, "Cruise in particular lays himself open in that fiercely committed way that he tries everything as an actor." 48. That same year he took a rare supporting role, as a motivational speaker, Frank T.J. Mackey, in Paul Thomas Anderson's Magnolia, 1999. Rolling Stone film critic Peter Travers heaped praise on Cruise, writing, "Cruise is a revelation, fully deserving of the shower of superlatives coming his way. Cruise seethes with the chaotic energy of a wounded animal, he's devastating." 49. For his performance he received another Golden Globe and nomination for an Academy Award. 50. 2000s, established career. Cruise at the 2007 London Film Festival for the premiere of Lions for Lambs. In 2000, Cruise returned as Ethan Hunt in the second installment of the Mission: Impossible films, Mission: Impossible 2. The film was helmed by Hong Kong director John Woo and branded with his gun fu style. It continued the series' success at the box office, taking in $547 million worldwide. 51. Unlike its predecessor, it was the highest-grossing film of the year. 52. But had a mixed critical reception. 53. Cruise received an MTV Movie Award for Best Male Performance for the film. 54. His next 5 films were major critical and commercial successes. 55-56. The following year, Cruise starred in the romantic thriller Vanilla Sky, 2001, with Cameron Diaz and Penelope Cruz. In 2002, Cruise starred in the dystopian science fiction action film Minority Report, which was directed by Steven Spielberg and based on the short story by Philip K. Dick. It has since been included in lists of the greatest science fiction films of all time. 57, 58, 59. In 2003, he starred in Edward Zwick's period action drama The Last Samurai, for which he received a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Drama. 60. In 2004, Cruise received critical acclaim for his performance as Vincent in Collateral. The critical consensus states that, driven by director Michael Mann's trademark visuals and a lean, villainous performance from Tom Cruise, Collateral is a stylish and compelling noir thriller. 61. In 2005, Cruise worked again with Steven Spielberg in War of the Worlds, a loose adaptation of the H.G. Wells novel of the same name, which became the fourth highest grossing film of the year with $591.4 million worldwide. 62. Also in 2005, he was a nominee for the People's Choice Award for Favorite Male Movie Star 63 and the winner of the MTV Generation Award. 64. Cruise was nominated for 7 Saturn Awards between 2002 and 2009, winning once. 9 of the 10 films he starred in during the decade made more than $100 million at the box office. 55. In 2006, he returned to his role as Ethan Hunt in the third installment of the Mission Impossible film series, Mission Impossible 3. The film was more positively received by critics than the previous films in the series and grossed nearly $400 million at the box office. 65. In 2007, Cruise took a rare supporting role for the second time in Lions for Lambs, which was a commercial disappointment. This was followed by an unrecognizable appearance as Leigh Grossman in the 2008 comedy Tropic Thunder with Ben Stiller, Jack Black, and Robert Downey Jr. This performance earned Cruise a Golden Globe nomination. 60. Cruise played the central role in the historical thriller Valkyrie, released on December 25, 2008, to box office success. 66. 2010s, action star. In March 2010, Cruise completed filming the action comedy Night and Day, in which he re-teamed with former co-star Cameron Diaz. The film was released on June 23, 2010. 67. On February 9, 2010, Cruise confirmed that he would star in Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol, the fourth installment in the Mission Impossible series. The film was released in December 2011. 68. To high critical acclaim. 69. And box office success. 70. Unadjusted for ticket price inflation, it was Cruise's biggest commercial success to that date. 71. Cruise at the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con. On May 6, 2011, Cruise was awarded a humanitarian award from the Simon Wiesenthal Center and its Museum of Tolerance for his work as a dedicated philanthropist. 72. In mid-2011, Cruise started shooting the movie Rock of Ages, 2012, in which he played the fictional character Stacy Jacks. The film was released in June 2012 and was a rare box office misstep for Cruise. 73. Cruise, however, received positive reviews for his performance, with Variety's film critic Justin Chang writing, "Channeling the likes of Axl Rose and Keith Richards with his tattoos, heavy furs and even heavier eyeshadow, Cruise clearly relishes the opportunity to play against type even as he sends up his world's biggest movie star identity, displaying a cock of the rock strut that viewers haven't seen since his turn in Magnolia." 74. Cruise starred as Jack Reacher in the film adaptation of British author Lee Child's 2005 novel One Shot. The film was released on December 21, 2012. 75. It met with positive reviews from critics and was a box office success, grossing $217 million worldwide. 76. 77. In 2013, he starred in the science fiction film Oblivion, based on director Joseph Kosinski's graphic novel of the same name. The film met with mixed reviews and grossed $286 million worldwide. It also starred Morgan Freeman and Olga Kurylenko. 78-79. In 2014, Cruise starred in the science fiction action film Edge of Tomorrow, which received positive reviews 80 and grossed more than $370 million. 81. In 2015, Cruise returned as Ethan Hunt in the fifth installment of the Mission Impossible series, Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation, which he also produced. 82 returning cast members included Simon Pegg as Benji and Jeremy Renner as William Brandt, with Christopher McQuarrie as director. The film earned high critical acclaim 83 and was a commercial success. 84. Cruise starred in the 2017 reboot of Boris Karloff's 1932 horror movie The Mummy. 85. The new film, also titled The Mummy, received negative reviews and disappointed at the box office, though still grossed more than $400 million. 86-87. In 2018, Cruise again reprised Ethan Hunt, in the sixth film in his franchise, Mission Impossible: Fallout. The film was more positively received by critics than the previous films in the series and grossed more than $791 million at the box office. 88-89. Unadjusted for ticket price inflation, it was Cruise's biggest commercial success to date. 90. 2020's franchise films. In May 2020, it was reported that Cruise would be starring in and producing a movie shot in outer space. 91. Doug Liman would be directing, writing, and co-producing. Both will fly to the International Space Station as part of a future Axiom space mission in a SpaceX Dragon 2 spacecraft. 92. In May 2021, Cruise protested against the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, HFPA, by returning all three of his Golden Globe Awards in light of controversy surrounding the HFPA. 93. Particularly its lack of diversity, specifically no black members, and ethical questions related to financial benefits to some of its members. 94. Cruise at the 2023 Sydney premiere of Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. In 2022, Cruise reprised his role as Captain Pete Maverick Mitchell in Top Gun: Maverick, a film which he also produced. The film premiered at the Cannes Film Festival where Cruise earned an honorary Palme d'Or. 95. The film was released to widespread critical praise, with many reviewers deeming it superior to its predecessor. 96. The film broke several box office records upon its release, earning more than $1 billion, and becoming the highest-grossing film of his career. 97. Cruise earned $100 million for the film, when combining ticket sales, his salary, and his cut of home entertainment rentals and streaming revenues. 98. Cruise reprised his role as Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, which was released in theaters on July 12, 2023. The film received critical acclaim, but was a box office disappointment due to the box office and cultural phenomenon dubbed Barbenheimer, which was the same-day release of Christopher Nolan's historical epic film Oppenheimer and Greta Gerwig's fantasy comedy Barbie. 99. Peter DeBrugge of Variety praised Dead Reckoning for its performances, action sequences, and a satisfying ending, writing, "This outing may be one half of a two-part finale, but it gives audiences enough closure to stand on its own." 100. In 2024, he appeared in the Paris 2024 Olympics closing ceremony to promote Los Angeles 2028 Summer Olympics, by jumping from the roof of the Stade de France Stadium in Paris. He took the flag from Mayor Karen Bass and athlete Simone Biles. 101. Cruise reprised the role of Ethan Hunt in the second part, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, released in May 2025. Cruise also declared it would be the last film in which he would portray Ethan Hunt. 102. 103. He will also star in Digger, directed by Alejandro González Iñárritu, which will be his first film at Warner Brothers Pictures in 12 years. 104. 105. Production. Cruise partnered with his former talent agent Paula Wagner to form Cruise/Wagner Productions in 1993. 106. And the company has since co-produced several of Cruise's films, the first being Mission Impossible in 1996, which was also Cruise's first project as a producer. In addition, Cruise has produced films in which he does not appear, namely The Others, Shattered Glass, Elizabethtown, Narc, Ask the Dust, and Without Limits. 107. Cruise is noted as having negotiated some of the most lucrative film deals in Hollywood and was described in 2005 by Hollywood economist Edward J. Epstein as one of the most powerful and richest forces in Hollywood. Epstein argues that Cruise is one of the few producers, the others being George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, and Jerry Bruckheimer, who are regarded as able to guarantee the success of a billion-dollar film franchise. Epstein also contends that the public obsession with Cruise's tabloid controversies obscures full appreciation of Cruise's exceptional commercial prowess. 108. Break with Paramount. Cruise at the 2019 San Diego Comic-Con. On August 22, 2006, Paramount Pictures announced it was ending its 14-year relationship with Cruise. In the Wall Street Journal, chairman of Viacom, Paramount's parent company, Sumner Redstone cited the economic damage to Cruise's value as an actor and producer from his controversial public behavior and views. 109-110 Cruise/Wagner Productions responded that Paramount's announcement was a face-saving move after the production company had successfully sought alternative financing from private equity firms. 111 Industry analysts such as Edward J. Epstein commented that the real reason for the split was most likely Paramount's discontent over Cruise/Wagner's exceptionally large share of DVD sales from the Mission: Impossible franchise. 112-113. Management of United Artists. In November 2006, Cruise and Paula Wagner announced that they had taken over the film studio United Artists, UA. 106 Cruise acted as a producer and starred in films for UA, while Wagner served as UA's chief executive. Production began in 2007 of Valkyrie, a thriller based on the July 20, 1944, assassination attempt against Adolf Hitler. The film was acquired in March 2007 by UA. On March 21, 2007, Cruise signed to play Klaus von Stauffenberg, the protagonist. This project marked the second production to be greenlight since Cruise and Wagner took control of UA. The first was its inaugural film, Lions for Lambs, directed by Robert Redford and starring Redford, Meryl Streep, and Cruise. In August 2008, Wagner stepped down from her position at UA. She retained her stake in UA, which combined with Cruise's share amounted to 30% of the studio. 114. Return to Paramount. Cruise began working with Paramount again as a producer and star with Mission: Impossible, Ghost Protocol, Without Wagner, which was a critical and commercial success. He and Wagner would collaborate for the final time on the modestly successful Jack Reacher series, also for Paramount. 115. Move to Warner Brothers. Discovery. In January 2024, it was announced that his production company was forming a new strategic partnership with Warner Brothers Discovery to develop and produce original and franchise films. 116-117. Acting credits and accolades. See also, Tom Cruise filmography and list of awards and nominations received by Tom Cruise. Cruise's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Cruise's handprints in Leicester Square, London. In 2006, Premiere ranked Cruise as Hollywood's most powerful actor 118 as Cruise came in at number 13 on the magazine's 2006 Power list, being the highest-ranked actor. 119 The same year, Forbes magazine ranked him as the world's most powerful celebrity. 14 The founder of CinemaScore in 2016 cited Cruise and Leonardo DiCaprio as the two stars. It doesn't matter how bad the film is, they can pull the box office up. 120-121. October 10, 2006, was declared Tom Cruise Day in Japan, the Japan Memorial Day Association said that he was awarded with a special day because of his love for and close association with Japan. 122. While reviewing Days of Thunder, co-written Cruise, film critic Roger Ebert noted the similarities between several of Cruise's 1980s films and nicknamed the formula the Tom Cruise picture. 123. Ebert listed 9 key ingredients that make up the Tom Cruise picture: the Cruise character, the mentor, the superior woman, the craft he must hone, the arena it takes place in, the arcana or knowledge he must learn, the trail or journey, the proto-enemy, and the eventual enemy of the character. Some of Cruise's later films like A Few Good Men and The Last Samurai can also be considered to be part of this formula. Wide Screenings compares 2 of these Cruise characters in an article on the film A Few Good Men. Screenwriter Aaron Sorkin interestingly takes the opposite approach of Top Gun, where Cruise also starred as the protagonist. In Top Gun, Cruise plays Mitchell, who is a hotshot military underachiever who makes mistakes because he is trying to outperform his late father. Where Maverick Mitchell needs to rein in the discipline, Daniel Coffey needs to let it go, finally see what he can do. 124. Tom Cruise, 63, received an honorary Academy Award at the 16th Governor's Awards in Los Angeles on November 16, 2025, honoring his 45-year career, immense contribution to cinema, and support for the theatrical experience. Cruise is an aerobatic pilot and was inducted as part of the Living Legends of Aviation in 2010, receiving the Aviation Inspiration and Patriotism Award from the Kitty Hawk Air Academy. In addition to other aircraft, Cruise owns a P-51 Mustang. 125. Personal life. Marriages and relationships. Cruise splits his time between homes in Beverly Hills, California, Clearwater, Florida 126 and the south of England, where he has lived in various places such as central London, Dulwich 127 East Grinstead 128 and Biggin Hill. 129. In the early to mid-1980s, Cruise had relationships with Melissa Gilbert 130, Rebecca De Mornay 131, Patty Sylfa 132 and Cher. 133. Cruise and Mimi Rogers at the 1989 Oscars. Cruise married actress Mimi Rogers on May 9, 1987. 134. They divorced on February 4, 1990. Rogers had grown up in Scientology and was one of its auditors. 135. They met when Cruise became one of her clients. 136. In a 1993 Playboy interview, Rogers discussed her split from Cruise and said that he had been considering becoming a monk, which affected their intimacy. Rogers later retracted the comments and claimed she had been misinterpreted. 137. 138. According to a friend of Rogers, Tom, his agents, and certain studios were furious about what Mimi said in Playboy. She was told in no uncertain terms that her career would be over unless she put things right. 137. Rogers received a $4 million divorce settlement. 137. Cruise met his second wife, actress Nicole Kidman, on the set of their film Days of Thunder, 1990. The couple married on December 24, 1990. They adopted 2 children, Isabella Jane, born 1992, and Connor Anthony, born 1995. On February 5, 2001, the couple's spokesperson announced their separation. 139. Cruise filed for divorce 2 days later, and their marriage was dissolved later that year, with Cruise citing irreconcilable differences. 140. Kidman stated that their marriage failed because at the time, she was a child who needed to grow up. 141. According to former church spokesperson and board member Mike Rinder, the Church of Scientology used various means to push the couple to break up, including pressuring Cruise into more auditing and tapping Kidman's phone. 142. In a 2007 interview with Marie Claire, Kidman noted the incorrect reporting of a miscarriage early in her marriage. It was wrongly reported as miscarriage by everyone who picked up the story. so it's huge news, and it didn't happen. I had a miscarriage at the end of my marriage, but I had an ectopic pregnancy at the beginning of my marriage. 143. Cruz was next romantically linked with Penelope Cruz, his co-star in Vanilla Sky, 2001. Their 3-year relationship ended in 2004. 144. An article in the October 2012 issue of Vanity Fair stated that several sources have said that after the breakup with Cruz, Scientologist leaders launched a secret project to find Cruz a new girlfriend. According to those sources, a series of auditions of Scientologist actresses resulted in a short-lived relationship with Iranian-British actress Nazanin Banayadai, who subsequently left Scientology. 145. Scientology and Cruz's lawyers issued strongly worded denials and threatened to sue, accusing Vanity Fair of shoddy journalism and religious bigotry. 146. Journalist Roger Friedman later reported that he received an email from director and ex-Scientologist Paul Haggis confirming the story. 147. 148. Cruz with his then-wife Katie Holmes in May 2009. In April 2005, Cruz began dating actress Katie Holmes. On April 27 that year, Cruz and Holmes, dubbed Tomcat by the media, made their first public appearance together in Rome. 149. A month later, Cruz publicly declared his love for Holmes on the Oprah Winfrey Show. He jumped on Winfrey's yellow couch and stood there to make the announcement. On October 6, 2005, Cruz and Holmes announced they were expecting a child. 150. In April 2006, their daughter Suri Noel was born. 151. On November 18, Holmes and Cruz were married at the 15th century Castle Castello Orsini Odescalchi in Bracciano, in a Scientologist ceremony attended by many Hollywood stars. 152. 153. Their publicists said the couple had officialized their marriage in Los Angeles the day before the Italian ceremony. 154. There has been widespread speculation that their marriage was arranged by the Church of Scientology. 155. 156. David Miscavige, the head of Scientology, served as Cruz's best man. 157. On June 29, 2012, Holmes filed for divorce from Cruz. 158. 159. On July 9, the couple signed a divorce settlement worked out by their lawyers. 160. New York law requires all divorce documents remain sealed, so the exact terms of the settlement are not publicly available. 161. Cruz stated that ex-wife Katie Holmes divorced him in part to protect the couple's daughter Suri from Scientology and that Suri is no longer a practicing member of the organization. 162. Litigation. In 1998, Cruz successfully sued the Daily Express, a British tabloid which alleged that his marriage to Kidman was a sham designed to cover up his homosexuality. 163. In May 2001, Cruz filed a lawsuit against gay porn actor Chad Slater. Slater had told the Celebrity magazine Actastar that he had been involved in an affair with Cruz. This claim was strongly denied by Cruz. 164. And Slater was ordered to pay $10 million to Cruz in damages after Slater declared he could not afford to defend himself against the suit and would therefore default. Cruz requested a default judgment, and in January 2003, a Los Angeles judge decided against Slater after he admitted that his claims were false. 165. 166. Cruz also sued Bold magazine publisher Michael Davis for $100 million, because Davis had alleged that he had video that would prove Cruz was gay. The suit was dropped in exchange for a public statement by Davis that the video was not of Cruz, and that Cruz was heterosexual. 167. In 2006, Cruz sued cybersquatter Jeff Buga to obtain control of the TomCruise.com domain name. When owned by Buga, the domain redirected to information about Cruz on Celebrity1000.com. The decision to turn TomCruise.com over to Cruz was handed down by the World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, on July 5, 2006. 168. In 2009, magazine editor Michael Davis Sapir 169 filed a suit charging that his phone had been wiretapped at Cruz's behest. That suit was dismissed by a Central Civil West Court judge in Los Angeles on the grounds that the statute of limitations had expired on Sapir's claim. 171 In October 2012, Cruz filed a lawsuit against In Touch and Life and Style magazines for defamation after they claimed Cruz had abandoned his 6-year-old daughter. 172 During deposition, Cruz admitted that he didn't see his daughter for 110 days. The suit was settled the following year. 173. Scientology advocacy. Cruz was converted to Scientology by his first wife, Mimi Rogers, in 1986 and became an outspoken advocate for Church of Scientology in the 2000s. His involvement in the organization was leaked by the tabloid Star in 1990, and he publicly announced he followed Scientology in a 1992 interview with Barbara Walters. Cruz has said that Scientology, through its teaching method study technology, helped him overcome his dyslexia. 175 Cruz has been a close friend of Scientology leader David Miscavige since the 1980s. 177 Several years after Cruz started studying Scientology, the organization's leaders promised to share some Scientology secrets with him. 178 Including information about the extraterrestrial ruler Xenu. According to Janet Reitman's book Inside Scientology, The Story of America's Most Secretive Religion, 2011, Cruz freaked out and took a step back from the church to work on the film Eyes Wide Shut. 178 In 1999, Marty Rathbun was sent by David Miscavige to convince Cruz to return to the church and continue his studies. 178 Cruz later sparked controversy in the 2000s with his efforts to promote Scientology. 178 In the aftermath of the September 11 attacks, Cruz co-founded and raised donations for Downtown Medical to offer New York City rescue workers detoxification therapy, drawing criticism from medical professionals and firefighters. 180 In late 2004, David Miscavige created the Scientology Freedom Medal of Valor and awarded it to Cruz for this work. 181 Former Scientologist Paul Haggis has claimed that Cruz attempted to convert several celebrities to Scientology, including James Packer, Victoria, and David Beckham, Jada Pinkett, Will Smith, and Steven Spielberg. 177 Since 2008, Cruz has restricted interviewers from asking him about Scientology. 182. Political lobbying. In addition to promoting various programs to introduce people to Scientology, Cruz campaigned for Scientology to be recognized as a religion in Europe. In 2005, the Council of Paris revealed that Cruz had lobbied French Interior Minister Nicolas Sarkozy and Senate President Jean-Claude Gaudin. They described Cruz as a militant spokesman for Scientology and barred any further dealings with him. 183 184 Politics. Cruz donated to Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton during her 2000 Senate campaign in New York. 185 186 In October 2000, he attended and spoke at a birthday fundraising event for Clinton, alongside other major entertainment figures. 187 188 189 While promoting Valkyrie in January 2009, Cruz stated that the recent election of Barack Obama as president brought hope, absolute hope to the United States and urged Americans to support the new administration. 190 191 192 In 2025, Cruz declined an offer from President Donald Trump to be honored by the Kennedy Center. 193 194 Later that year, it was reported that Cruz avoided seeking assistance from Trump for an outer space film project involving NASA, which led to its cancellation. 195 Controversies. Criticism of psychiatry. See also, anti-psychiatry. In January 2004, Cruz said, "I think psychiatry should be outlawed." 196. In 2005, he criticized actress Brooke Shields for using the antidepressant Paxil to treat postpartum depression following the birth of her first daughter. Cruz denied the existence of chemical imbalances in the brain and described psychiatry as a form of pseudoscience. In response, Shields argued that Cruz should stick to saving the world from aliens and let women who are experiencing postpartum depression decide what treatment options are best for them, and further called Cruz's comments a disservice to mothers everywhere. 197-198. In a June 2005 episode of NBC's Today, Cruz reiterated his views, leading to a heated exchange with interviewer Matt Lauer. 199-200. In August 2006, Cruz apologized in person to Shields for his comments. 201. Medical authorities viewed Cruz's comments as contributing to the social stigma surrounding mental illness. 202. According to The Lancet, Cruz may be right that psychotropic drugs are overused, sometimes misused, and that lifestyle changes, and exercise for depression, can be helpful. But he is wrong, as a celebrity, to add to the burden of those with a mental illness, who often fear seeking or continuing treatment because of the stigma still attached to their condition. 202. Scientology is well known for its opposition to mainstream psychiatry and to psychoactive drugs that are routinely prescribed for treatment. 181. It was reported that Cruz's anti-psychiatry actions caused a rift with director Steven Spielberg. 203. Spielberg had reportedly mentioned in Cruz's presence the name of a doctor friend who prescribed psychiatric medication. Shortly thereafter, the doctor's office was picketed by Scientologists, reportedly angering Spielberg. 204. YouTube video removal. Main article, Project Chronology Tom Cruise video. On January 15, 2008, a video produced by Church of Scientology featuring an interview with Cruise was posted on YouTube by the anonymous linked group Project Chronology, showing Cruise discussing what being a Scientologist means to him. 205-206. Church of Scientology said the video had been pirated and edited, and was taken from a 3-hour video produced for members of Scientology. 206-207. YouTube removed the Cruise video from their site under threat of litigation. 208. It was subsequently reinstated on the site, and as of June 2020, the video has achieved more than 15 million views. 209. Purported influence. In March 2004, Cruise's publicist of 14 years, Pat Kingsley, resigned. Cruise's next publicist was Leanne DeVette, his sister, who was herself a Scientologist. She served in that role until November 2005. 210. DeVette was replaced with Paul Block from the publicity firm Rogers & Cowan. 211. Such restructuring was seen as a move to curtail publicity of his views on Scientology, as well as the controversy surrounding his relationship with Katie Holmes. 212. Lawrence Wright's 2013 book Going Clear, Scientology and the Prison of Belief, and Alex Gibney's 2015 documentary adaptation of the book cast a spotlight on Cruise's role in Scientology. The book and the film both state that the Scientology organization groomed romantic partners for Cruise, and that Cruise used Sea Org and Rehabilitation Project force workers as a source of free labor. 177-213. In the film, Cruise's former auditor Mark Rathbun says that Cruise's then-wife Nicole Kidman was wiretapped on Cruise's suggestion, which Cruise's lawyer denies. 214-215. Cruise's ex-girlfriend Nazanin Benaidi later compared the Scientology organization's auditioning of women to date Cruise and experiences with him to white slavery. Emily Olivia Laura Blunt, born February 23, 1983, is a British actress. She is the recipient of several accolades, including a Golden Globe Award and 2 Actor Awards, in addition to nominations for an Academy Award and 4 British Academy Film Awards. Forbes ranked her as one of the highest paid actresses in the world in 2020. Blunt made her acting debut in a 2001 stage production of The Royal Family and portrayed Catherine Howard in the television miniseries Henry VIII, 2003. She made her feature film debut in the drama My Summer of Love, 2004. Blunt's breakthrough came in 2006 with her starring roles in the television film Gideon's Daughter and the comedy film The Devil Wears Prada. The former won her a Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actress. Her profile continued to grow with leading roles in The Young Victoria, 2009, Salmon Fishing in the Yemen, 2011, The Adjustment Bureau, 2011, Looper, 2012, Edge of Tomorrow, 2014, and Into the Woods, 2014. Blunt received critical acclaim for playing an idealistic FBI agent in the crime film Sicario, 2015, an alcoholic in the thriller The Girl on the Train, 2016, and a survivalist mother in her husband John Krasinski's horror film A Quiet Place, 2018, for which she won the Actor Award for Best Supporting Actress. She has since starred in the sequels Mary Poppins Returns, 2018, and A Quiet Place Part 2, 2021, and the miniseries The English, 2022. Her portrayal of Katherine Oppenheimer in Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, 2023, earned her a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. Blunt has been working with the American Institute for Stuttering since 2006 to help children overcome stuttering through educational resources and raise awareness of the realities of the condition. She is on the board of directors of the Institute, and hosts a gala for it to raise funds for speech therapy scholarships for children and adults. Early life. Blunt was born on February 23, 1983, in London. 1. She is the second of 4 children, born to a former actress and English teacher. 3. Joanna Mackey. 4. And a barrister, Oliver Blunt KC. 5. 6. Her mother gave up acting to parent full-time before Blunt started school. 5. 3. Blunt described herself as a shy and awkward child. 7. Who began having difficulties with stuttering, a condition she described as debilitating and like an imposter living in your body. 8. 9. She experienced it at its worst between the ages of 7 and 14. 10. Intimidated by speaking, she spent much time watching people, as well as creating elaborate games for herself. 3. 5. And playing the cello. 11. 12. She credits a school teacher with having encouraged her to perform in class plays, where using voices different to her own allowed her to disconnect from herself and speak fluently. This also gave her the confidence to continue on the stage and discover her love of acting. 13. 10. She has said that her stutter largely receded in adulthood, but still occasionally emerges under stress. 14. 8. 9. She was educated at Ibstock Place School, a private school in the London suburb of Roehampton. 15. Followed by Hurtwood House, a private sixth-form boarding school near to the market town of Dorking, in Surrey, known for its performing arts program. 16. After appearing in a school play at the Edinburgh Festival, Blunt was discovered and signed by an agent. 16. 17. Once she finished her school exams, she began auditioning. 17. Career. 2001 to 2004, early work. In November 2001, Blunt made her professional acting debut aged 18 in Peter Hall's West End production of the play The Royal Family, in which she played the granddaughter of Judi Dench's character. 18. Critic Tom Keatinga hailed the production, writing that Peter Hall's direction and Anthony Ward's tremendous set combine with all this to make The Royal Family a terrific night's entertainment, and that it provides a vehicle for acting of the finest quality, with strong performances from the whole ensemble. 19. For her performance, Blunt was named Best Newcomer by the Evening Standard. 20. The following year, she portrayed Eugenie in Nicholas Wright's play Vincent in Brixton at the National Theatre, and Juliet in Indira Basingham's production of Romeo and Juliet at Chichester Festival Theatre. 121. In 2003, Blunt made her screen debut in the British television drama Boudica, about the life of the ancient Celtic warrior queen who fought the Romans. That same year, She was praised for her performance as the 16th century Queen Catherine Howard in the two-part British television drama Henry VIII. 21. In 2004, Blunt made her cinematic film debut in Powell Polakowski's critically acclaimed independent British drama My Summer of Love, about an infatuation between two young women from different socio-economic backgrounds set in the English countryside. 21.5 The film involved much improvisation, which Blunt found an interesting challenge, later stating that Polakowski's approach was free-spirited, collaborative, and alive. 22.17 Co-starring as Tamsin, she received considerable praise and attention for her performance. 21.23 With David Anson of Newsweek writing, Press and Blunt are major discoveries, they conjure up the role-playing raptures of youth with perfect poetic pitch. 24 Blunt won the Evening Standard British Film Award for Most Promising Newcomer and was nominated for the British Independent Film Award for Most Promising Newcomer. 25 She credited her experience making the film as having an impact on her career choices, stating that it was such a foray into the great unknown. Like putting your feet to the fire, and she loved that feeling of terror and excitement and looked for it ever since. 1726. 2005 to 2010, The Devil Wears Prada and Breakthrough. Blunt at the 60th British Academy Film Awards in 2007, where she received 2 BAFTA Award nominations. Blunt's international breakthrough came in 2006. 20 She co-starred as the troubled only child of a new Labour spin doctor in the British television drama film Gideon's Daughter. 21 And played Emily Charlton, the senior assistant of fashion magazine editor Miranda Priestley, played by Meryl Streep, in the comedy drama film The Devil Wears Prada. The Devil Wears Prada was a commercial success, grossing $326 million. 27 Blunt's performance was deemed a standout one. 2028 With Clifford Pugh of the Houston Chronicle asserting that Blunt has many of the film's best lines and steals nearly every scene she's in. 29. Blunt won the Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actress, Series, Miniseries, or Television Film for her performance in Gideon's Daughter, and was nominated for the Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actress, Motion Picture for her performance in The Devil Wears Prada. 30 She also received a BAFTA Award nomination for Best Actress in a Supporting Role for the latter. 31 At the 79th Academy Awards, she and co-star Anne Hathaway co-presented the Academy Award for Best Costume Design, with both acting as their characters from the film. 32 Blunt also appeared in the independent mystery drama Irresistible, 2006. After The Devil Wears Prada, Streep described Blunt as the best young actress I've worked with in some time, perhaps ever. 7. Blunt's profile continued to rise, and in 2007 she appeared in 4 films: the horror film Wind Chill, the romantic drama The Jane Austen Book Club, the comedy drama Dan in Real Life, and the biographical comedy drama Charlie Wilson's War. 21 In 2008, Blunt appeared in Sunshine Cleaning in the role of Nora Lorkowski, an underachiever who starts a crime scene cleanup business with her sister Rose, Amy Adams. The film premiered at the 2008 Sundance Film Festival, where it received positive reviews, particularly for Adams and Blunt's performances. Peter Travers of Rolling Stone magazine commented, "This funny and touching movie depends on 2 can-do actresses to scrub past the biohazard of noxious cliches that threaten to intrude. Adams and Blunt get the job done." 33. A.O. Scott of the New York Times agreed, stating Amy Adams and Emily Blunt attacked their roles with vivacity and dedication. 34. She then starred in The Great Buck Howard as Valerie Brennan, which premiered at the same festival. 21. In 2009, Blunt portrayed Queen Victoria in the independent period drama The Young Victoria, directed by Jean-Marc Vallée and written by Julian Fellows, which focused primarily on her early life and reign, as well as her marriage to Prince Albert of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha. 35. Blunt admitted to having little prior knowledge of the Queen, but after consulting her mother, had found her to be remarkable and a very 21st century sort of woman. 36. Blunt's performance earned critical accolades, and she was nominated for the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Drama 37 and Critics' Choice Movie Award for Best Actress 38 among others. Owen Gleiberman of Entertainment Weekly concluded that director Jean-Marc Vallée's images have a creamy stateliness, but this is no gilded princess fantasy, it's the story of a budding ruler who learns to control her surroundings, and Blunt makes that journey at once authentic and relevant. 39. That same year, Blunt received the BAFTA Britannia Award for British Artist of the Year. 40. She starred in the Toby Spanton directed short film Curiosity. 41. She also voiced Matilda Mauseling, the mother of the titular character, in the television series Angelina Ballerina, The Next Steps. In 2010, Blunt played a supporting role in the period horror film The Wolf Man, starring Benicio del Toro and Anthony Hopkins. A readaptation of the 1941 film of the same name, it received mainly negative reviews, and according to the Los Angeles Times was one of the largest box office failures of all time. 42-43 Blunt was offered the role of Natasha Romanoff/Black Widow for Iron Man 2, 2010, but she was contractually obligated by 20th Century Fox to join the Jack Black-led comedy film Gulliver's Travels after the studio exercised an option it had for her when she signed on for The Devil Wears Prada. 44-45 2011 to 2014, science fiction and comedy films. In 2011, Blunt co-starred with Matt Damon in the thriller The Adjustment Bureau, playing a dancer who is being mysteriously kept apart from a politician. The film earned generally positive reviews, with critics praising Blunt and Damon's chemistry. 46 Blunt starred in the British romantic comedy drama Salmon Fishing in the Yemen, directed by Lasse Hallström. She played a financial advisor who recruits a fisheries expert to help realize Ashika's vision of bringing the sport of fly fishing to the Yemeni desert, resulting in a spiritual journey for both. 47 The film premiered at the 2011 Toronto International Film Festival, 48 receiving positive reviews, as did Blunt's performance. Kenneth Turan of the Los Angeles Times noted that Blunt and co-star Ewan McGregor are two of the most gifted and attractive actors working today, able to play off each other with great style. 49. Blunt was nominated for the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress, Motion Picture Comedy or Musical for her performance. Also that year, she made a cameo appearance in Disney's The Muppets as Miss Piggy's receptionist, and starred in the independent comedy drama Your Sister's Sister. 50 In November 2011, Blunt was named the ambassador for the new Yves Saint Laurent fragrance Opium. 51. Blunt attending the premiere of Looper at the 2012 Toronto International Film Festival. In 2012, Blunt starred in the romantic comedy The 5-Year Engagement, directed by Nicholas Stoller and co-starring Jason Segel, in which she and Segel played a couple whose relationship becomes strained when their engagement is continually extended. The film earned positive reviews, with Elizabeth Weitzman of the New York Daily News remarking that Blunt has never been more relaxed, and she and Segel have a believably warm chemistry. 52. She then starred in Looper, a science fiction action film directed by Rian Johnson. Blunt played Sarah, a tough farm woman and single mother, who falls in love with a time traveler. The film premiered and was the opening film at the 2012 Toronto International Film Festival, and earned highly positive feedback. Todd McCarthy of The Hollywood Reporter credited Blunt for effectively revealing Sarah's tough and vulnerable sides. 53 Also that year, she starred in the comedy drama Arthur Newman as the troubled Charlotte, who is trying to run away from her past. 54 The film received mixed to negative reviews. 55-56. In 2014, Blunt starred in Edge of Tomorrow, a film adaptation of the Japanese novel All You Need Is Kill written by Hiroshi Sakurazaka. 57 Blunt played Sergeant Rita Vrataski, a special forces warrior tasked with training a public relations officer to defeat invading extraterrestrials. Blunt trained 3 months for her role, focusing on everything from weights to sprints to yoga, aerial wire work and gymnastics, and studying Krav Maga. 58. The film was commercially successful, grossing $370,541,256.59 and earned positive reviews. Many critics took note of the atypically dominant role portrayed by Blunt, and Justin Chang of Variety noted that Blunt is alert, energized and emotionally present in a none too taxing role. 60. For her performance, Blunt won the Critics' Choice Movie Award for Best Actress in an Action Movie. 61. Blunt played the role of the baker's wife in the Walt Disney Company's film adaptation of Stephen Sondheim's musical Into the Woods, directed by Rob Marshall and featuring an ensemble cast. 62-63. Ironically, Blunt was pregnant throughout filming, while playing a character who is barren throughout the film's first act. 64-65. The film was a commercial success and earned generally positive reviews, with Blunt earning praise for her acting and singing. Richard Corliss of Time remarked that when Blunt is on screen, these woods are alive with the magic of a fractured fairy tale. 66. She was nominated for her second Golden Globe Award for Best Actress, Motion Picture Comedy or Musical for her performance. 67. 2015, present, established actress. Blunt attending the premiere of Sicario at the 2015 Cannes Film Festival. In 2015, Blunt starred in the crime thriller Sicario, directed by Denis Villeneuve. Blunt played Kate Macer, a principled FBI agent assigned to take down the leader of a powerful Mexican drug cartel. The film was selected to compete for the Palme d'Or at the 2015 Cannes Film Festival, where it received critical acclaim. Blunt received considerable praise for her performance, with Dan Jolin of Empire magazine calling it nuanced, and stating that her straight arrow sharp determination becomes painfully dulled. 68. And while Peter Bradshaw of The Guardian found her character implausible, he praised Blunt for brazening out any possible absurdity with great acting focus and front. 69. Blunt was nominated for her second consecutive Critics' Choice Movie Award for Best Actress in an Action Movie. 70. In 2016, Blunt co-starred in The Huntsman, Winter's War, which serves as both a prequel and sequel to Snow White and the Huntsman, 2012. The film, directed by Cedric Nicolas Troyan, was mostly dismissed by critics. 71-72. Blunt then headlined the mystery thriller The Girl on the Train, directed by Tate Taylor. Based on Paula Hawkins's best-selling novel of the same name, Blunt played Rachel Watson, an alcoholic who becomes involved in a missing person investigation. While the film received mixed reviews from critics, who felt it failed to live up to the novel, Blunt's performance earned considerable praise. Writing for Rolling Stone, Peter Travers remarked that the movie gives away the game faster than the novel, but credited Blunt for playing the hell out of her character and adding a touch of welcome empathy. She digs into the role like an actress possessed, there's not an ounce of vanity here, and she raises girl to the level of spellbinder. 73. She was nominated for the BAFTA Award for Best Actress in a Leading Role and the Actor Award for Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Leading Role. 74-75. After providing her voice for the 2017 animated films My Little Pony, The Movie and Animal Crackers, Blunt made her return to live action in her husband John Krasinski's horror film A Quiet Place, which follows a family being tormented by monstrous creatures that hunt by sound. 76. Scott Beck and Brian Woods had begun writing the script in January 2016 based on a concept they conceived in college. 77. And they wanted Blunt for the role of the mother. 78. When Krasinski rewrote the script, he did so with Blunt in mind for the role, but did not ask her as she had just had a child and was working on another film. He was concerned that if asked she would either decline, or accept it simply to support him. I just thought if she does this, she has to come to it on her own. 79. Blunt initially did not want to be cast, but after reading Krasinski's draft on an aeroplane flight she felt she needed to do it as the story represented some of my deepest fears, of not being able to protect my children. 1879. Blunt contributed to the pre-production stage of the film. 8079 A Quiet Place was the opening night film at the 2018 South by Southwest Film Festival, where it received critical acclaim. 8182 Eric Cohn of IndieWire lauded the cast for contributing incredible intensity to their scenes with a degree of sophistication rare for this type of material, while Laura Pridham of IGN remarked that Blunt, in particular, is put through the ringer in ways that would seem almost farcical, if she didn't play them with such compelling conviction. 8384. Blunt promoting A Quiet Place in 2018. Blunt played the title character in Rob Marshall's 2018 musical fantasy film Mary Poppins Returns. It served as a sequel to the 1964 film, with Blunt taking over the role from Julie Andrews. 85 Owen Gleiberman of Variety found Blunt to be practically perfect in every way and added that she inhabits Mary Poppins' snappishly entrancing spirit, and in the musical numbers she generates her own spit-spot radiance. 86 She received 2 Actor Award nominations for her performances in A Quiet Place and Mary Poppins Returns, winning Best Supporting Actress for the former and her 6th Golden Globe nomination for the latter. 8788 In 2020, Blunt guest starred in her husband's internet series Some Good News, which began streaming on YouTube during the COVID-19 pandemic. 89 She starred in the romantic drama Wild Mountain Time, based on John Patrick Shanley's play Outside Malinga. 90 The part required her to speak with an Irish accent, neither the film nor her accent were well received. 91 92 93 In the same year, Forbes ranked her as the 6th highest paid actress in the world, with annual earnings of $22.5 million. 94. Blunt in 2019. Blunt reprised her role in the horror sequel A Quiet Place Part 2, 2021, which was released after a year-long delay due to the pandemic. It became one of the first major Hollywood films to be released theatrically since the beginning of the pandemic. 95 Peter Bradshaw bemoaned that the excellent Blunt did not have more screen time. 96 As with the first film, it also emerged as a commercial success. 97 Later that year, Blunt starred alongside Dwayne Johnson in the adventure film Jungle Cruise, based on the eponymous amusement ride. 98 It was released simultaneously in cinemas and digitally on Disney Plus Premier Access. 99 Jeanette Katsoulis of the New York Times disliked the picture, saying not even Emily Blunt, doing her best Katharine Hepburn impression, can keep this leaky boat ride afloat. 100 The following year, Blunt played an avenging mother in the television miniseries The English, a western by Hugo Blick. 101 Critics were impressed with her performance. 102 Lucy Mangan of The Guardian said, Blunt is at her best yet, giving us a woman made brave and undauntable by resolve. 103 She received another Actor Award nomination for it. 104. In Christopher Nolan's biographical film Oppenheimer, 2023, starring Cillian Murphy as J. Robert Oppenheimer, Blunt portrayed the eponymous scientist's wife Catherine, who was a member of the Communist Party USA. 105 She took a pay cut to work on the film, earning $4 million in lieu of her usual $10 to $20 million salary. 106 Nolan said that he thought about running away from the character while writing the script as she was terrifying, but Blunt humanized her and surprised him in how she embraced her negative qualities: no vanity, no fear of humiliation, no wanting to control the way she would appear. 107 The film was praised, although some criticism was made of the writing for the female characters. 108 109 Blunt's performance received praise. 110 111 and was singled out for elevating the limited material she had. 112 113 Writing for Empire, Dan Jolin said that Blunt busts out of the supportive/suffering wife archetype as the alcoholic but sharp-witted Kitty Oppenheimer and delivers one of the film's most rousing scenes in an intense verbal duel with bullish lawyer Roger Robb. 114 and Tom Rees Lafley of The Wrap called her performance subtly scene-stealing. 115 Blunt once again received nominations for the Golden Globe, Actor, and BAFTA Award 116 117 31 in addition to her first Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress. 118 With a worldwide gross of over $950 million, Oppenheimer emerged as Blunt's highest-grossing film. 119 Her next release that year, the Netflix crime drama Pain Hustlers opposite Chris Evans, received poor reviews from critics. 120 121 2026 Golden Globes. Blunt next starred with Ryan Gosling in David Leitch's action comedy film The Fall Guy, 2024. 122 For her role as a filmmaker, she drew inspiration from Greta Gerwig. 123 IGN Siddhant Adlika was appreciate of the romantic chemistry between Blunt and Gosling. 124 It did not perform well commercially. 125 She then had a voice role as Unicorn in Krasinski's live-action animated fantasy film If. 126 Blunt next starred in the Benny Safdie biographical sports drama The Smashing Machine, starring Dwayne Johnson as MMA wrestler Mark Kerr. She played Kerr's girlfriend Dawn Staples. 127 The film received positive reviews, and Blunt received a Golden Globe nomination. 128 Blunt will reprise the role of Emily Charlton in The Devil Wears Prada 2, which is scheduled for release on May 1, 2026. 129 She is also starring in Steven Spielberg's science fiction film Disclosure Day, co-starring Josh O'Connor, set for release on June 12, 2026. 130 Reception. Journalists have noted Blunt's versatility as an actor and her roles in various genres, including drama, comedy, musicals, and action. 137 The Guardian observed her ability to not be pigeonholed into a type of role, and wrote that she specializes in a sort of calculated understatement, praising her insight into what makes characters tick and her facility for accents. 5 Commenting on her engaging screen presence, Rachel Rosenblunt of Elle stated that she has a knack for playing subtle, unspoken notes like a virtuoso. 28 The New York Times regarded Blunt as having a taste for the offbeat and a fetching lack of vanity when it comes to playing disagreeable women and noted her adventurous spirit as a performer. For describing the nuances of a performance, The Age wrote, "It's no wonder that Meryl Streep has already pronounced Blunt the best young actress I've worked with in some time, perhaps ever. 131 Aaron Hicklin said in The Guardian that Blunt's career has been marked by a succession of stretching new roles. 138 The Los Angeles Times assessed that from the start of her career, Blunt has always proved up for whatever the challenge may be, and noted her fluidity in working between drama and comedy. 139 Screen Rant stated that Blunt has a number of iconic roles under her belt. 140 Her work in action roles has also been singled out, with Collider writing that it is proof that action cinema has the potential to be morally, ethically, and emotionally nuanced, and deeming Blunt one of the rare performers that exceed